The 80s and 90s were a transformative period for the gaming industry, and PC gaming in particular. From classic adventure games to groundbreaking first-person shooters, these decades saw the birth of many of the genres and franchises that still dominate gaming today. Now, let's see some PC games during 80s and 90s. Paperboy II. In Paperboy II, you must deliver newspapers to subscribers while avoiding obstacles such as cars, dogs, skateboarders, and other hazards. Don't run out of time or lose too many subscribers. The game features several different levels with varying degrees of difficulty. The challenges range from breaking windows to delivering papers to specific houses or landmarks. Paperboy II also introduces a few new gameplay mechanics not found in the original game, such as the ability to jump over obstacles and the ability to throw papers at targets. Overall, Paperboy II is a fun and challenging game that is beloved by many gamers who grew up in the 90s. Its unique mix of arcade-style gameplay and quirky humor has helped it stand the test of time, and it remains a popular choice for retro gaming enthusiasts to this day.
Cabal. In Cabal, players take on the role of a soldier who must fight his way through various levels filled with enemy soldiers, tanks, helicopters, and other obstacles. The game features a top-down perspective and uses a single joystick and a single button for gameplay. You must move, dodging incoming fire and shooting enemies to progress. The game features a wide variety of weapons and power-ups, including grenades, machine guns, and rocket launchers. The game is known for its challenging difficulty and intense action, as well as its memorable soundtrack and sound effects. The PC version of Cabal includes all of the levels and features from the original arcade game, making it a faithful port for fans of the original.
Alley Cat. Alley Cat was released by IBM in 1984. It is a single-player game that combines elements of action and puzzle solving in a whimsical and lighthearted setting. In Alley Cat, players control a mischievous cat who must navigate through various obstacles and challenges to reach a female cat at the other end of the alley. The game takes place in a colorful and detailed urban setting, complete with fire escapes, trash cans, and other alleyway fixtures. The gameplay is divided into different levels, each of which presents the player with a unique set of challenges to overcome. These challenges include climbing up and down ladders, jumping over obstacles, catching mice, and avoiding the resident dog. The game also features a variety of power-ups, including milk, which restores the player's health, and fish, which gives the player an extra life. Alley Cat is known for its charming graphics, catchy soundtrack, and humorous tone. It has become a cult classic among retro gaming enthusiasts and is remembered fondly by many gamers who grew up in the 80s and 90s. Overall, Alley Cat is a fun and lighthearted game that provides a unique blend of action and puzzle solving in a whimsical setting. It is a true classic of the early PC gaming era and remains a favorite among fans of retro gaming.
Karateka. Karateka is a classic PC game published by Bomberman in 1984. It is a martial arts-themed action game that combines elements of side-scrolling platforming with fighting game mechanics. In Karateka, you must fight your way through a series of enemy guards to rescue the princess from an evil warlord. The game features 3 different levels, each with its own set of enemies and challenges. The gameplay is divided into 2 main phases, the side-scrolling platforming phase and the fighting phase. In the platforming phase, players must navigate through various obstacles and traps while avoiding or defeating enemy guards. In the fighting phase, players engage in one-on-one battles with enemy guards using a variety of martial arts moves. The game also features a memorable soundtrack that incorporates traditional Japanese music with modern electronic elements. Karateka was a commercial and critical success upon its release, and it has since become a beloved classic among retro gaming enthusiasts. Its blend of platforming and fighting mechanics, combined with its stunning animation and memorable soundtrack, make it a true classic of the early PC gaming era.
Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia is a classic PC game, a side-scrolling platformer with action-adventure elements and is set in ancient Persia. As the young prince, you must navigate through a series of treacherous levels filled with traps, puzzles, and enemies to save the princess from the evil vizier. The game features 12 levels in total, each with its own set of challenges and obstacles. The gameplay revolves around the prince's ability to run, jump, climb, and fight his way through each level. The game also features a unique time limit mechanic, with players having only 60 minutes to complete the game. If the player fails to complete the game within this time limit, they must start over from the beginning. The game also features a memorable soundtrack, with music that is inspired by traditional Persian music. Prince of Persia was a commercial and critical success upon its release, and it has since become a beloved classic among retro gaming enthusiasts. Its innovative gameplay mechanics, stunning animation, and memorable soundtrack make it a true classic of the early PC gaming era.
Test drive. Choose one of several high-performance sports cars and take it for a test drive on a scenic road in California. The game features 4 different cars to choose from, each with its own unique handling and top speed. The gameplay revolves around driving the car as fast as possible while avoiding traffic and obstacles on the road. The game features a variety of challenges and obstacles, including sharp turns, steep hills, and oncoming traffic. The most notable features of Test Drive is its use of a first-person perspective, which gives players the sensation of driving the car themselves. The game also features a realistic physics engine, which makes the cars feel like they have weight and momentum. Test Drive was a commercial and critical success upon its release, and it has since become a beloved classic among racing game fans. Its innovative use of a first-person perspective, realistic physics, and challenging gameplay make it a true classic of the early PC gaming era.
Digger. Digger is a classic simple arcade-style game in which players control a small construction vehicle called a digger as it tunnels through the earth, collecting valuable gems and avoiding various hazards. You can control the eponymous digger vehicle as it moves through a series of underground levels. The objective of each level is to collect all of the gems while avoiding obstacles such as rocks and creatures that roam the tunnels. The player moves the digger, digs through the earth, and drops bags of gold to distract or stun enemies. Despite its simplicity, Digger became a cult classic among PC gamers in the 1980s and 1990s. Its addictive gameplay and simple mechanics have made it a beloved classic of the early PC gaming era.
Load Runner. In Load Runner, you can run, climb ladders, and dig holes in the ground. The objective is to collect all of the gold and make it to the exit without being caught by enemies or falling into traps. The game features a total of 150 levels, with each level increasing in difficulty as the player progresses. The levels are set in a series of underground caverns and feature a variety of obstacles, including deadly enemies and traps. Player can dig holes in the ground to trap enemies and create new pathways through the levels. However, players must also be careful not to trap themselves or make the levels impossible to complete. Load Runner was a commercial and critical success upon its release, and it has since become a beloved classic among retro gaming enthusiasts.
Bomberman. Bomberman is a classic multiplayer action game that challenges players to strategically place bombs to destroy obstacles and defeat their opponents. The objective is to strategically place bombs to destroy walls and obstacles, and defeat other players or enemies by trapping them in the blast radius. The game features a variety of power-ups that players can collect to enhance their abilities, such as increasing the range of their bombs or giving them the ability to walk through walls. However, players must also be careful not to get caught in their own bomb blasts or accidentally blow themselves up. The game features both single-player and multiplayer modes, allowing players to compete against computer-controlled opponents or battle against other players. In multiplayer mode, up to 4 players can play simultaneously using the same keyboard or gamepad. The game has since spawned numerous sequels and spin-offs, and it remains a beloved classic among retro gaming enthusiasts. Its innovative gameplay mechanics and fun multiplayer mode have made it a true classic of the early PC gaming era.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? This is an educational PC game released in 1985. It is a detective game that challenges players to solve geography-related puzzles to track down the notorious international thief, Carmen San Diego. As a detective, you work for the ACME Detective Agency. The objective is to track down Carmen San Diego and her henchmen, who have stolen valuable items from around the world. The game features a variety of challenges related to geography, history, and culture. Use your knowledge to solve clues and track down Carmen San Diego and her henchmen in various locations around the world. It is a simple but engaging game, requiring players to use their critical thinking and problem-solving skills to advance through the levels. This game has since become a popular franchise, with numerous sequels and spin-offs, as well as a television show and other media. Now let us know your version of the best 80s and 90s games on the comments.